Hey guys, Dan here. Welcome back to the Nerdy Dad blog. I've got another unboxing to show you guys today, and I'm actually finally able to show you the Optimus Prime that I got from TFCon a few weeks ago. I actually got this for $20, which I thought was a great deal. This is my first third-party Transformer. It's actually called Robot Masters Wrecker Hook. And the reason why they call them different names is because, they can't have the actual name because the actual Transformers name is licensed under Hasbro and Takara. So they actually have to use different names. But as far as the quality goes, I thought this was a real good looking figure. And just another look at the back. Um, I'm not sure what other figures are in this line, but as far as I can see, there's Optimus. Looks like there's Rat Trap. I'm not sure. I can't really tell who these guys are. It looks like there's also Megatron from the Beast Wars line, and a few other guys that I'm not familiar with because it's been a while since I've been in the Transformers game. But I think I'm really excited to open this guy, and I'm finally now that I'm finally able to do that, I get to share it with you guys. So this is gonna be a new experience. So I got this for a deal for $20 because it was opened. It's not a mint on card box. It's already previously been opened, probably for display as a sale display. Already pre-opened the box, so I'm just going to open this for you, and then we're going to take a look at it. So this is what it looks like without without the figure inside, and the line is actually called Robot Masters. I'm not sure what the brand name is. I think it's called A&L and Robot Masters. Yeah. So I got this from TFCon, and if you're looking for a part number, it's called Robot Masters RM01. So this is the RM01 Robot Masters. It's from the Generation 1 Convoy. Robot Masters 01 Wrecker Hook. Okay? So, but for all of us, we know it's Optimus Prime. And I thought this was a cool looking Optimus Prime. And it actually is a very cool looking Optimus Prime. The joints are pretty stiff. The shoulder joints are pretty stiff. And as you can tell, it's missing one of the pipes over here. The legs are pretty stiff as well, but that's okay. That's okay. And as you can tell, it's already it's also missing this part here, which I don't know if it's if I'm supposed to put anything in there or what. But you know what? Regardless, I think it's still a cool looking figure. So the plastic is really hollow, I would say. So it is a pretty cheap plastic. As far as the movement and the articulation, the joints are pretty stiff. The hip joints are pretty stiff as well. And if you look at the box, there's supposed to be, from what the picture says, it looks like there's supposed to be a part here, but there's no part here, and I'm wondering if the box is misleading or not. Um, but it doesn't look like there's supposed to be a part there. So there's this weird angle where Optimus just has his head leaning forward, and it's because there's no part to keep it in set. I'm not sure if I can mod it so that he could have his head straight, but I mean, if you take it at certain angles, you're gonna take some pretty good pictures out of this. The iconic axe is one of the things that I really like. And it also comes with alternate hands and replaceable hands as well. Then it also comes with his iconic gun, his rifle, and then he also comes with a blaster that I'm not familiar with as well. So you know what, I'm going to put him in several different poses. I'm actually not going to transform him because I suck at transforming these guys. So this is going to be strictly a unboxing and showcase video. And also, I don't know how stiff the joints are. I don't really want to break anything. My first time out, I think this is something that I just have to play with for a little while to figure out how stiff the joints are, and hopefully I don't want to break this thing. But so far, aesthetically, he looks great. As far as quality-wise, I think he's not really great. He's not one of the premium third-party toys, and this is just a lesson learned. Not all third-party toys for the Transformers are premium, so you really have to do your research here. Taking another look at the bottom. There's just a big hollow end on the bottom. So this is probably from the lower end of the Transformers third-party toys. More along the bootleg lines, but I don't know if they call them bootlegs because most of the market is third-party. So they usually call it third-party. So I'm going to put him in different poses and really show off what he can do as far as shelf posability. Alright guys, so I have this figure out actually on the floor, and I'm going to try to put him in different dynamic poses just to see what he's capable of and how dynamic of this figure it could possibly be for like possible toy photography and just posing it on your shelf. So let's put him in different poses and see what he can do. Joints are a little stiff, and these are supposed to be ratchet joints, but they're not. They're more stiff than I'm accustomed to. There's a part here, and since this is a third-party bootleg, where the head is supposed to rest, but there's no rest, so it always looks like he's looking down, which is not good for posability and just putting him in different dynamic poses. So I'm actually trying to put him, stand him as if he's running for like a fighting action. And it's going to be difficult because I'm trying to pose him on the floor. But if you're using this for toy photography, I would suggest pointing this underneath him and at an upward angle, so you have the illusion of having such a large, massive transformer running towards another guy. Just to give the illusion that you're shorter than this particular one, just to give a realistic angle at the figure. Now, as far as leg articulation, moving from the side, that's as far as you can get. You can get the legs to move all the way up, I think. Let's see, that's as high as you can get the legs. as I said, the joints are really stiff, and that's to be expected with third-party toys. As I said, this is a nuisance. I would say that's something I probably will have to mod in the future. Probably have to get like a small plastic piece and then just set it up there with super glue, then repaint it red so it looks like it's it's molded in nicely. But that's the only thing that I find a nuisance on here. Besides, there's also a missing pipe on here. I don't know if they did that intentionally so that it doesn't look exactly like the Hasbro Transformers Optimus Prime. It could be, or I could just be missing a piece. Either way, I still think this aesthetically looks like a great figure. Very little things that I find that I find annoying about this figure, but I think it's a really cool third party figure as far as if you're into toy photography, and if you take toys of this figure from far away or at like an upward angle, you can really be successful in achieving really nice pictures. One more thing about this particular figure, and that sometimes if you look at the G1 figures, you'll have a translucent backing to their heads. Let me see if I can get that to focus. There you go. Okay, so they have translucent backings on the back of their head, and that shifts all the way to their eyes, as you can tell here. So when you have a source of light pointing through the back and through the eyes, it's as if their eyes are glowing, and they've certainly achieved that with this figure as well. And that's a good ode and tribute to the original Takara toys, or the Hasbro toys that came out in the 80s. And that's another thing that I find really interesting about this figure. Certainly there's no logos of the Autobots or Decepticons on here because of licensing issues, but other than that, this is pretty accurate as far as the G1 Transformers Optimus Prime. Guys, so now I put on one of the alternate hands, and this gives the toy a different added, well, not added, but a different dimension to the figure. So now he looks a little more realistic, and as you can tell, the peg holes in the hands are dramatically different. Drastically different, not dramatically, but drastically different from one another. And that's to actually hold the weapons. So the weapons are actually like they require big peg holes. So that's why they look drastically different. But as far as like just aesthetics, I think I prefer this much better than the Blue Axe that was already equipped on the figure. So I think I'm going to go with this look, and I'm just going to keep it like this. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching my first dive into third-party Transformers. I think for now I'm going to stick with the normal Hasbro figures, because that's not something I want to really dive into that much. But I do think that that this first delve into third-party Transformers was successful, and I do enjoy this figure, and I will take many toy photography pictures on my Instagram, and also on my Twitter art gallery pages, so check them out. I'll put them on my bio description, and please press like or subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and until next time, thank you guys.